Okay. Hi everyone. So this call will be focused on the desktop module, and we have a couple of micro tasks to perform to get this project started. So uh, I expect everyone to finish this first task, setting up Frappages locally, and I'll be leaving this task to them. Won't be discussing about this since we have covered that in previous calls. Also, I have during those calls I have made some model for the event. So I think I'll push that to the counting repository so that you can take it from there. So let me just go through what this project is about. So in desktop module we'll be building desktop views. So the first is report builder, second is calendar and Kanban. So let's cover calendar first because it is I think already started. So I'll show you the existing calendar module in ERPNext. So if I log into my test account, oh sorry, I think my screen was not visible. Is it visible now? Okay. So uh, we talked about this first card set of packages locally, and we have something already going on with this add event model. So using that, we'll be building something uh, like this. So here we have the calendar UI, which is rendering the events, right? So we are using the full calendar module, and these events are the event module. So we have the subject, the date, and other fields. So this is the full-fledged version of the event model. We just made the simpler version Frappe.js. So we'll be building something like this. So it will have a subject, event type, date, and or I think we have also added a child label. So I think that is also a good feature for tracking the schedule. So what this calendar should show is it should fetch the list of events from the database and should plot them in this full calendar widget. So this is a JavaScript library which we can use in for the UI part, but we'll have to configure it. So this is the widget that we get, and we have to supply the data to it. And also we should also do some styling so that it looks part of the counting app. So this is it. I think they have the documentation how to integrate, so you can look at that. The next task will be creating a simple view uh, for the event. So if I go to Frappe.js, so you'll be adding a menu item, call it calendar, and we'll render it on some route. Uh, I think we can call it view slash calendar. So we'll register this route, and when you visit this route, the calendar uh, should render. So this is the simple view. Full calendar widget we talked about just now, and this, which will be the main integration part. So not only the view, we should also be able to create new events using drag gestures. So I'm sure there are events in the full calendar which will enable us to do that. So yeah, so I think that is it for the calendar module. If you have any questions, please ask. So the mail is asking uh, how to build a view using the Frappe or DOM API. So ideally, Frappe.js should handle the UI, and we are thinking of separating the UI part of Frappe in a separate folder so that you should require it only when you need it. So right now it is all in the Frappe.js folder. So we have client and UI here itself, but I think we'll separate it out and use some kind of framework to generalize the UI part. So you don't have to write low-level DOM APIs. So I'll be working on that. And you can still use this high-level API, Frappe as menu add item. So we also have frappe.ui.create to create uh, DOM elements. So we'll see how we go about that. But we'll have some kind of UI abstraction over that. So the first task is for you is to just explore. Nothing is, I mean, there's no, you won't write it the correct way the first time. So we'll be evolving this process as we go along. Okay. So next one is report builder. So the report builder should be flexible. I'll show you the existing report builder in ERPNext. So the report builder is kind of table UI. It is very flexible. You can uh, sh- show whatever data you want and filter it however you want. Let me. For some reason, this is taking a long time. Okay, sorry for the delay in that. This is the report builder. So this directly fetches the values as it is from the database and just lays it out in a table. So you can add new columns and you can filter. So this is a very flexible filter widget where let's say you, so there are a lot of conditions. So these directly translate to the SQL query. So if you want the date to be between two dates, so it also supports that, something like this. And the conditions should change according to the field type. Uh, so if it is a number, you should be able to put any type of data and filter your list, right? And also we have some advanced features like export, so you can export in Excel or CSV. You can also, I think, perform uh, bulk actions, so something like this. But this report builder is using the SlickGrid JS library, and but we'll be using the new library we are building for data table. So it is built to render data in a table. So you are to use this library. It is in active development, so you can also push features here if you want. This is the home page. So this has some features which are old report builder doesn't have, like inline editing. We can edit it inline here. So this you'll be using to build the report builder. We have some usage information and configuration options. You can check this out. So any doubts for the report builder? Are you guys able to see the screen? Okay. So any doubts regarding data table or the report builder? So I think we are using the data table currently in accounting. So here, mm, so if you see some of the views here are using data table. Yeah, but these are not very configurable. So it shows very restricted data which is specific to this report, like profit and loss. For the report builder, we'll be building a generic view where user will be able to select any type of model, let's say customers. So we'll be able to see the list of all customers in a table, and he should be able to filter and add columns, remove columns, and all those stuff. So that is the report builder. So let's move on. The third one is Kanban. So Kanban is what you are seeing it right now. So we have these columns with some title and cards which you are able to move around, right? So Kanban is a project management tool. If you have used Trello or Asana, those are Kanban boards for project management. We'll also build a Kanban board in accounting for general project management and keeping track of your task list. So we already have this to-do model, so we can take that as a basis for the Kanban board. So we have this to-do model which has subject, mechanic app, status, open, closed, and some description. So when this to-do model renders on a Kanban board, the Kanban board will have two columns, one with the title open and second with the title closed. And this to-do uh, to-do row will be in the first column, which will be the open column, something like that. So we have a Kanban board in ERPNext. So here it is. We have these columns open, working, and a lot more. And you can also add column. You can create tasks, and they'll be added here. So the It is also backed by some model. So we have the subject, status, and all these fields. So that is being rendered in the board. And you should also be able to move the cards. So then the status would change to whatever the cards, the column's title was. So this is also a view backed by a model. So I think those were the three views we'll be building in the desktop module. So any doubts, please ask. So the first question from Shelly is how do we start working on the tasks other than exploring the libraries used and the previews? So, so first uh, create the group for the desktop module. Then you should, uh, what I suggest is start coding while pair programming. So this is not a stage where we will divide tasks because we have not started yet. So to start, you should, I think, pair should do calls and discuss how you are going to do it, and one person among you should do the coding and others should uh, comment on it and go and start the tasks. So I think set up Frappe JS locally is the common task for everyone. Then we have the event model. I'll push it, then you can check it how it is uh, rendering in your accounting app. Uh, but the key point is you should do a call and do screen sharing, and one person should code. Or one more, I think uh, we should start by doing a live coding session. What do you think? Yes, you'll be assigned mentors. They haven't been decided yet, but uh, there will be someone to guide you. So I suggest we start these tasks on a live coding session, and from there you can pick up tasks that you want to do. How does that sound? Okay. Okay, so we'll keep a live coding session in the next week to get this started. Then next question from Zamir was, for Kanban, are we going to use NPM models? So I don't know if there is any uh, JS library for rendering Kanban. If there is a good library, I think we can use it. but I don't think it is very difficult to implement it from scratch. But you are free to do if you find something good. Yes, data would be coming from Frappe models. And yes, Amir, we don't have any deadlines, so you can work uh, at whatever pace you want. But we'll be doing these calls regularly, so try to attend them, or you can watch the video, recorded video later. I think that is it for the desktop module. So Revant is also here. Revant, you want to add something?
Uh, yeah, you can. Till the time the mentors are assigned, you can ask questions on the task itself. So I'll go through them if I can solve them.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah, let's keep the conversation going. Keep asking questions on the group or the GitHub issues. Mm, let's start coding. So let's end the call here. And let's try to target short calls, short focused calls. Right. Okay. So thank you for joining, everybody. Bye and good night.